Greetings from the center of the earth, my friends, and welcome to yet another Superchat Square Up Volume 5. Yes, we are up to 5, my friends, and I have to tell you that I am very, very excited to be with you here tonight. I am going to go see Shazam tomorrow, so I should have a review for you on Friday of Shazam. And I'm looking forward to it. I have hopes for this thing. I hope that it will actually be pretty good. Certainly, seeing it will lessen the blow of seeing Star Trek Discovery later on in the evening, without the relief of the Orville. Can you imagine? Isn't it horrible? I think it's horrible. Anyway, folks, we are here to go ahead and square up the Super Chats that were left from last time, after that last, I guess it was 6-hour live stream, which you can find on Harvey's channel. Just go and check it out. It is sitting right there, available for all. And I believe it already has like 700 and something views. That's pretty good for something that lasts 6 hours. I'm pretty amazed. Anyway, as I said, we are here to go ahead and cover these Super Chats because, as you know, my friends, we leave no Super Chat behind. So let's get to it, shall we? Psychodwarf9, hail Psychodwarf9, with a Super Chat of $2, says, Overlord's Pocket God. Well, I have no idea what the hell you mean. Psychodwarf9, Overlord's Pocket God. I don't know. I've heard of pocket protectors, and, I've heard of pocket pool that you kind of, diddle around with the old, equipment down there in public in your pocket, I guess. But I don't know Pocket God. Maybe he's saying that I am the Pocket God. There was an app that I used to play. I think it was called something God, Island God. It was like, it was pretty cool. But then they stopped making, I don't know what the hell. Anyway, I don't know what Pocket God is. Maybe Harvey. Well, Harvey's not my God. Harvey's my pal.
And I'm not in your pocket, pal.
Yeah, I know. I never said you were in my pocket.
Well, what the hell's he talking about then?
I don't know, man. I mean, you got my back.
Yeah, I got your back, sure.
I mean, we're pals and all.
Sure. But, I'm not in your pocket, man.
And also, you're not my God, I mean, I like you, pal, but I don't worship you.
Well, that's your mistake. Someday you will, though. Someday you will. Someday you will bow before Harvey Cthulhu. You will say, I am sorry. I repent. I repent. It'll probably be too late, and I'll probably step on you.
You'd step on me.
Well, of course, man. You know that. I mean, I ain't like doing anything behind your back, dude. I've said that many times before. I said, I'm going to get out and I'm just going to squish you. I'm squishing your head. I'm squishing your head.
Yeah, I know. I just can't really believe you'd go through with it.
Well, good. Push the button then, and we'll see.
Suddenly I believe. I believe in Harvey Cthulhu.
Yeah, preach.
I believe in Harvey Cthulhu. I believe that Harvey Cthulhu will step on my head if he gets out.
And another happy convert to the cause.
All right. Thank you, Harvey. Thank you very much. And thank you, Psycho Dwarf, for this enigmatic super chat. Brother Malachi, hail with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Brother Malachi. And he says, warning, it's nearly midnight. The start of the infamous April Fool's Day. Ugh. I'm sure Disney will troll us hard with more Marvel and SW wokeness. I don't know that somebody did. I did. I saw some article. What the hell was it? That, something about, oh, yeah. They did, actually, Brother Malachi. They did. They said that there was an article that said that Ruin Johnson was going to direct the first movie in the Benioff and Weiss Star Wars trilogy, the Old Republic movies that are coming up. Ruin Johnson was going to direct the first one. It was a long article and very involved. And, fortunately, I had the wisdom to see it on April 2nd. And by then they had already posted April Fools. So I did not get my blood pressure up and freak out. It was quite a good prank. And I'm sure there were others, but in general, I kind of wasn't feeling very good around that time. You know, with my allergies and everything, I was pretty laid low that whole day. I'm still coughing a little bit. And, so I wasn't really on things, so I didn't get fooled. I got fooled by the fucking allergies, but other than that, I was fine. Thank you, Brother Malachi. Yes, indeed. They did. They trolled us good and hard, but I didn't fall for it. One Duncan Talks with a $10 super chat. Hail, One Duncan Talks. Thank you, sir. And he says, Hail, Doomcock. Greetings from your Minister of Health. And to have a large Dr. Bombay Sapphire before it not healthy to watch at all. Keep up the good work. One Duncan Talks is referring to earlier in the chat when I was talking about watching Star Trek Discovery stone cold sober. I have been known to do this. In fact, I do it more often than not, frankly. You know, I haven't really had a drink with Star Trek Discovery since season 1. I guess I've just gotten stronger, better, faster. Like the $6 Million Man. They've installed $1 million liver in Doomcock, and he's no longer needing to drink. That doesn't make any sense. Because $1 million liver would mean I could drink more. I think I've just gotten, I've grown accustomed to it. Shit. Na, 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 na. It almost makes the day begin. Yes. I just don't need it anymore. I'm strong enough. I'm good enough. I'm strong enough. And doggone it, people like me. Right? Isn't that the Stuart Smalley thing?
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, but Duncan Talks, One Duncan Talks, my Minister of Health, is advising me to have a large Dr. Bombay Sapphire before watching Star Trek Discovery because it's not healthy to watch it sober. So, yes, One Duncan Talks, I'm aware of that for mortal men, for ordinary men, for normal men. But Doomcock is no normal man. Doomcock is supreme. Doomcock has balls of steel and a liver of iron, or some iron-like substance that still functions as a liver. It's very important, at least for my lifestyle, to have a functioning liver. But I digress. The point is, One Duncan Talks. I advise everyone to drink when watching Star Trek Discovery, but I myself am strong enough to watch it stone cold sober. I really need to because I need to stay sharp, because I need to, be ready with my notes and catch as many dreary details as humanly possible. That is my sacred mission, and I take it very, very seriously. But thank you for the advice, O Minister of Health, and I advise everyone to follow it. Sean K. with a $25 super chat. Thank you very, very much, Sean K. Sean says nothing. Sean is silent, like the Glimmer Man, tiptoeing in soft slippers over a bedroom floor covered with fluffy pillows. That's how silent Sean K. is. And Sean says nothing, but I thank you, Sean, very, very much for your support, your generous support, sir. In your silence, you are eloquent in your support. And Harvey and I thank you, sir, very much. Lord Badfish with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Lord Badfish. Oh, great Lord of the evil aquatic creatures. And Lord Badfish says, your enthusiasm for Yamazaki has me interested. As good, way better, or not so much as Ardbeg 10-year, my attainable favorite. Well, sir, I must say that while I absolutely dearly love the Isla Scotches, especially Ardbeg 10-year and Lefroy 12-year, I have to say that Yamazaki is hands down my favorite. And this surprises me very, very, very much. Obviously, I am an aficionado of Scotch in all of its forms. Glenmorangie, Glenfiddich, the Balvenie, all the Isla Scotches. I have sworn by them, all single malt scotches from Scotland. But I must say that John Tonett has enlightened me as to what a truly great scotch is. There is none better, in my opinion, than Yamazaki. The flavor is intense. It is relatively smooth. It is as perfect as I can possibly imagine. And it's really interesting because just today at liquor.com, I read an article about how scarce Japanese whiskey is because the world has basically overrun their supply. The world has discovered Japanese whiskey, and now it is incredibly overpriced. There is a shortage of it because years ago, nobody else was buying it except Japanese. But the word got out, and now the stores are depleted, and they are, basically brewing, distilling, what have you, aging the next batch. But it's going to be years before that next batch is ready to go. Maybe, hell, a decade. So I have been very, very, very privileged to be introduced to the Yamazaki, both 12-year and the incredible 18-year. And all in all, it is absolutely my favorite. So on one hand, I thank you, John Tonett, for turning me on to this fabulous whiskey, and I curse you, John Tonett, for turning me on to something that it's going to be very, very difficult for me to obtain in the future. Well, better to have loved and lost than not to have loved at all, right, John? Oh, man. So, Lord Badfish, that is my advice to you, sir. I have to say, the Yamazaki is fucking amazing. Thank you, Lord Badfish, for that. Brother Malachi with a pair of super chats. Thank you, Brother Malachi, for these super chats. I really appreciate them very much. And Brother Malachi says, it sounds like Mrs. Forbin, Colossus, is the better half of the relationship. Rimshot, ba-ding boom, gig 'em. Well, sounds like Brother Malachi is an Aggie. Yes, my friends, earlier in the chat, they were discussing how Dr. Forbin was married to a woman who happens to be what we in Texas refer to as an Aggie, as an alum of Texas A&M. The hated, bitter rivals from the past of the Texas Longhorns before the Texas Longhorns basically got put into a different division and are no longer playing the Aggies. But I really regret that. I miss that rivalry. That was a great rivalry. And, I still retain to this day a great fondness for hating the Aggies. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Gig 'em indeed. That is their battle cry. Like hook 'em, gig 'em is the Aggie equivalent of the Longhorns, hook 'em. And I guess Brother Malachi is also an Aggie or an Aggie sympathizer. Well, Brother Malachi, you are still okay in my book. But I will share with you one of my favorite Aggie jokes in the hopes that you will see it as a tribute and not necessarily an insult. So, this Aggie was out hunting in the woods one day, and he came across a totally naked woman who was lying there looking at him seductively. The Aggie smiled at her and said, "Are you game?" She said yes. So he shot her. A dumb, and old joke. Probably started as a Polish joke, if I recall. But anyway, it's idiotic. Are you game? Yes. All right. And that is the main Aggie joke that I remember. Moving on. We have a Brother Malachi again was saying, I want a parody song of Blue Oyster Cult's Veteran of the Psychic Wars and call it Veteran of the Canon Wars. Well, Brother Malachi, I'm very, very good at writing parody songs. A lot of you guys out there are excellent at writing parodies, and I've got this one of Copacabana that I simply cannot figure out what to do with because anything I do with it, I'll get slapped with some kind of copyright thing. It's really annoying, because it's like if you change the lyrics, it's not necessarily fair use. As it turns out, fair use is dictated more by are you parodying the song itself? You cannot simply be changing the lyrics of a song to parody something else. So I don't know how Weird Al gets away with it, but I know that YouTube would slap me down and slap me down hard for that. Otherwise, I'd do it in a heartbeat, man. Man, I'd be doing song parodies every week, and they would be spectacular. I've done a number of them. I have them, like, sitting here. There's just not a damn thing I can do about them. It's sad. Anyway, if YouTube would give me permission, I would be all over that in a heartbeat. Thank you, Brother Malachi. Peter Shearer. Hail, Peter, with another $50 super chat. Peter, you are so generous, sir. Thank you very, very much for that. And Peter says Raina Kapik wasn't skinny, nor was the actress who played her, Louise Sorel. I think you are confusing her with Shauna, Angelique Pettyjohn from the Gamesters of Triskelion. No, I'm not. Actually, I find Shauna fairly attractive, and she wasn't skinny. She was, well, I mean, she wasn't big, but I mean, she had curves on her. No, not nearly as skinny as that chick in Cloud City. The Cloud Minders. Oh, that chick. Ugh, man. I do not like women that look like praying mantises. It's just a thing. I find models on the whole very, very dull. I mean, I like girls, okay? I don't like teenage boys. And women that are as skinny as teenage boys just don't do it for me, So, yeah, no, I know Raina Kapik. I can picture her in my mind. I don't know. She just never really did it for me, man. I can't really explain it. It's just, she was not one of the women that I think of when I think of, like Yeoman Barrows, right? In Shore Leave? Man. Remember when she's trying on that princess outfit behind the bush and she's putting her uniform over on top of the plant? I remember that. That was cool. Yes, I don't know what it is about women changing. Oh yeah, the fact that they're getting naked. That's what it is. Don't go changing to try and please me. I'm pleased just thinking about you naked. But I digress. Yeah, it's just not my thing, man. Just not my thing. I can't explain it. I just never really cared that much for Raina, and I couldn't get why Kirk was so obsessed with her. It made no sense. I think that aspect of that story is pretty weak. Whereas I think that the concept of the story of Flint being an immortal who, was Da Vinci and all these artists on Earth, pretty cool, And James Daly was a great artist to portray that. But Peter, I don't know what I can tell you, dude. I definitely didn't get them confused. It's just a taste thing, and what can you do? How can anyone really explain what they're attracted to and what they're not attracted to? It's just God knows. God only knows. But no criticism of those who love Raina Kapik is to be inferred or is implied. It's just no judgment here, folks. You certainly don't judge me for loving anything running around in a Starfleet miniskirt, do you? You shouldn't. I can't think of anything more normal than that. But what do I know? I'm an evil overlord at the center of the earth, a supervillain, and so my tastes are suspect automatically. Thank you, Peter. Exploring Fate. Hail, Exploring Fate. With a $2 super chat. Thank you, Exploring Fate. And he says, thoughts on what Disney will do with the Orville? I think nothing. I'm still unclear, folks. I'm still unclear as to whether Disney has any control whatsoever over the ABC Entertainment Network. But if they do, I don't think that they'll do anything to the Orville. I think the Orville is very successful. I don't know that they'll monkey with it. But I tell you what, guys, this will be a very good litmus test, Exploring Fate, because, if all of a sudden Season 3 of The Orville suddenly starts getting woke and preachy and losing its sense of humor, we will have our answer that this is not an accident of the creators that they are hiring, that this is a policy and a direction that Disney is explicitly and tacitly making happen, not merely endorsing, but motivating, creating, and moving forward. We will know that if the Orville suddenly goes woke this next season. So it'll be very interesting to see, and I pray it doesn't. I think that they will probably just leave it alone. But I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, it will speak volumes as to the future of all Disney properties. So we will have to see. Mage Grey Wolf for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Mage Grey Wolf, very much. And Mage Grey Wolf says Alita is over $400 million worldwide. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I hope to God that we go ahead and get another sequel. I am praying that we get another sequel to Alita. We need it. We need it. I need to know what happens next. It was a beautiful film. It actually had heart. I kind of fell a bit in love with Alita, even with her weird big eyes. I thought that she was amazing. I thought it was a hell of a lot of fun, and I want more. And I think a lot of you out there feel the same way. So hail Mage Grey Wolf with that good news. Thank you, sir, for delivering that to us. Thank you for the super chat, and I pray to God that we will see an announcement of an Alita sequel soon. But hark, do I hear the dulcet tones of an ancient Greek chorus in the distance? No, not a Greek chorus, but a geek chorus. Our very own Geek Chorus has joined us. Hail, Geek Chorus, and thank you, sir, for this $5 super chat, sir or sirs and or madams. I'm not sure. However, regardless, hail, Geek Chorus, and thanks. And Geek Chorus says, Lord Doomcock, herald of the truth, keeper of Cthulhu, sweet as a baby Ruth, guards our cannon with tooth and nail. Just stay angry, we shall not fail. Geek Chorus, I stay angry 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, not even taking a break on Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa. Flag Day pisses me off, and St. Patrick's Day makes me attack green beers with gusto and a rage-like vehemence. So you need not worry about Doomcock Geek Chorus. Geek Chorus, Doomcock vows to always stay right at the mast, facing even the calmest and most peaceful seas with deep ire. Thank you, Geek Chorus, so very much for your support over these past many months, and it's always, always great to see y'all. Michael Henry. Hail Michael Henry with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Michael Henry. Michael says nothing. He merely gives me a nod, and I return his nod with a salute. Hail Michael Henry, and thank you, sir, for your support and for listening to my live streams and for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Joshua Calkins. Hail Joshua Calkins with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Joshua Calkins. I am very, very pleased to see you here, sir. Because Joshua tells me, first super chat, DC, you saw Shatner host The Wrath of Khan? Yes, I did, Joshua Calkins. Yes, I certainly did. I saw it just about a month ago, maybe a month and a half. Shatner blew through Austin, Texas, and I have a emergency hatch there, a tunnel that leads straight to Austin, Texas. And so I went up to the surface and saw Shatner personally do his appearance and talk after The Wrath of Khan. And it was absolutely delightful. You know, I was expecting maybe 20 minutes and then away he went. But no, my friends, Shatner was on that night, and Shatner actually performed for an entire hour. I'm not kidding. He was there with us and truly seeming engaged and enjoying himself for an hour. And I've heard Shatner live. I've only seen him live once. He was at a convention, and but I've seen him in tapes and interviews and things. And the stories that he was telling this time were completely new. I mean, it was just wonderful, Joshua. So I hope that you will get a chance, sir, to see Shatner work his magic after a screening of Wrath of Khan. It's quite a experience to go from that emotional, draining, finale to seeing Captain Kirk on stage emerge. It was something very special to me, and I actually recorded it. I've been thinking about sharing it with my Legionnaires, but I'm not sure. Bootlegs being what they are, but I did record it, and I've considered it. Anyway, Joshua Calkins, thank you so very, very much for the honor of your first Super Chat. I am sorry that I didn't get to it in the actual live stream, and I hope very, very much that you will get to hear my response to your question on this Super Chat Square Up. I hope that you know that that's what I do. I hope that you've seen this enough that you know to look for your answer here. If not, then I will try to go ahead and contact you in some way, because we leave no Super Chat behind, especially first ones. I wish I had seen this. I would have gone ahead and skipped it ahead. Anyway, Joshua, thank you very, very much for that. Exploring Fate. Hail Exploring Fate with a $2 Super Chat. Appreciate that, sir. And he says, Jim Beam versus Jack Daniels. Who wins? Oh, that's a close contest, Exploring Fate. Oh, that's a tough one. I am going to probably go with Jack Daniels. I think Jim Beam is a little more jovial. I think Jack Daniels is more of a kind of hard whiskey for the road. I think Jim Beam is more like, I don't want to insult it, but in my opinion, Jim Beam is found at, Kiwanis Club get-togethers and Shriner things, mixers and things. And I don't know. I feel like Jack Daniels, on the other hand, is, in the, flasks of that are in the back pockets of bikers and hunters as they're out in the field. So I suspect that Jack Daniels wins. But really, I mean, I tell you what, I think what I will do, I think that deserves a better answer, Exploring Fate. So what I will do is the next time I'm at the liquor store, I will get one of the little bottles of Jack Daniels and I'll get a little bottle of Jim Beam. And then I will side by side taste them and give you an opinion. I mean, obviously I've tasted both in my life, but I've never had them side by side, trying to have them in a comparison or a competition. So I think that, with your $2, I will spend your $2 on 2 little bottles of these things, and I will give you a better answer in the future. Hail Exploring Fate. Thank you, sir, for that. Marcus Jose, my Legionnaire and trusted friend and ally, with a $5 Super Chat. Thank you, Marcus. And Marcus Jose says, Kirk versus Picard, sir. Kirk, clearly, but why? In my opinion, it is simply this. Picard was given the Enterprise, a flagship. Kirk made the Enterprise a flagship. Wow. That is very well said, Marcus Jose. Very, very well said indeed, and I cannot add to or argue with your point. I think it's well said. Plus, I think that Picard was a hell of a leader. I think he's a great captain. I would love to serve under Picard if I was in Starfleet. But Kirk is more of a well-rounded hero. Kirk was not only a great captain, but he was also a man of action. He was a hero. He was a lover. He was a scholar. He was a poet. I think Captain Kirk is my hero. I think he is kind of the perfect masculine ideal in my book. I think Picard was, a bit older, a bit more seasoned when we saw him in The Next Generation. So, yeah, I don't think he has as much dimension as Kirk. And as you so aptly put it, Picard was given the flagship, Kirk made the flagship. Brilliantly said, sir, and I salute you for that. Thank you, Marcus Jose. Outstanding comment. Mad Squirrel! The Mad Squirrel! Hail, Mad Squirrel, with a $3 super chat. Not so mad at all, really. Thank you, Mad Squirrel. And he says, Hail, Doomcock, congrats. Stay gold, my friend. Well, I appreciate that very much. I am not gold. I am not Scrooge McDuck, nor am I Jack Benny with his underground vault full of monies. I don't know where I saw that. I don't know if that was an episode of I Love Lucy or if it was like the Jack Benny show, When I was a kid home from school, playing sick, I would lie in bed and then, watch some of the, I don't know, TV reruns or whatever came on. I don't know where they were. I don't know where I saw him, but he had a big vault in there. It was full of death traps and stuff. I thought it was very funny. Anyway, I don't really have any gold. That's the point. But you guys are absolutely helping me to pursue my dream of global conquest. And I truly, truly appreciate your support, Mad Squirrel, and all of your support here, you guys. You know what? I may not be a rich man, but knowing all of you is as good as gold to me. Thank you, Mad Squirrel, very, very much. And I will say unto you, chip, chip, chip. Thank you, sir. The Rookie Critic. Hail the Rookie Critic with a $5 super chat. And the Rookie Critic, thank you, sir, says, I appreciate that shout out, Overlord. And I would like to say hello and thank you to my newest subscribers straight from the Legion itself. Ha! Hail the Rookie Critic. For those of you who were not at my last live stream, I put out a shout out to the Rookie Critic and asked people to go subscribe, and he gained some new subscribers because of that. So you deserve it, man. You are a great boon to the community. You are definitely a part of the fandom menace, and you're just an all-around great guy, Rookie Critic. Thank you, sir, for all of your support and including me in your videos and allowing me to assist you with your videos. You're awesome, dude. Seriously. Hail the Rookie Critic. Crazy Pineapple. Hail Crazy Pineapple with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Crazy Pineapple. And Crazy Pineapple says, 3 yeomen from the original series of note, my liege. Tanya Barrows from Shore Leave. Yes, I mentioned her just earlier, actually. Teresa Ross, the Squire of Gothos. Oh, my God. She was gorgeous, wasn't she? When the Squire of Gothos takes her out of her red miniskirt and puts her into that wonderfully beautiful gown. Well, I like the miniskirt better, frankly. I'm a leg man. I don't make any secret of that. But I have to say that she was absolutely enchanting in that gown. I must commend the Squire of Gothos for his excellent taste. And finally, Martha Landon, the Apple. None involved with Kirk. Well, now, you're quite right to say that, Crazy Pineapple. And I guess earlier in the chat, I may have been making jokes about, Kirk and paternity suits and things like that. I like to joke around about the virility and masculinity and horn dogitude of my favorite captain, but really they are jokes. I mean, look, Kirk is a very ethical guy. And, it would be very wrong of a captain to be getting involved with the shapely yeomans running around in high heels and mini skirts, despite temptation. So, he could be forgiven for having a bit of a thing with Yeoman Rand. Nothing was ever, he resisted it. He resisted it. And Dr. Helen Noel was not under his command when he, slept with her at the Christmas party that time, so no foul there. And beyond that, he never got involved with any members of his crew. That would have been unprofessional, and I never meant to imply, Crazy Pineapple, that he would. Really, I'm a toxic male. Hi, my name is Doomcock, and I'm a toxic male.
Hi, Doomcock.
Hello. And, yeah, I like women. And I admire men who, sleep with a lot of women. It's just an old-fashioned toxic male kind of attitude, and so when I call Captain Kirk a horn dog, I'm paying him a compliment. However, I do acknowledge that Captain Kirk was a gentleman and a scholar and really didn't sleep with a whole bunch of women on the show. He was too busy with his favorite female, named the Enterprise, so nothing is to be inferred as criticism or negativity towards my favorite captain. Oh, Captain, my captain, Captain Kirk, is absolutely 100% all right in my book. Thank you, Crazy Pineapple. Obi-Wan Reviews. Hail my minister for beer reviews. With a $1 Australian super chat. Thank you, Obi-Wan Reviews. And Obi-Wan must have a mouthful of beer that he is testing to review later on his channel. You should check it out, Obi-Wan Reviews. It's on YouTube. Just Google Obi-Wan Reviews in YouTube and you'll find it. And because he says nothing, so he must have a mouthful of beer, and I will not distract him from his sworn duty, except to say thank you, Obi-Wan Reviews, for your support both here and at the lair. The Rookie Critic again with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Rookie Critic. And the Rookie Critic says, for the bestest ever YouTube harpy in the community. Thank you, the Rookie Critic. Yes, he is referring to Mecha42, who stopped by and moderated for a while at my 19,000 subscriber celebration. And for that, I want to thank you, Mecha. I also want to send out some heartfelt support for Mecha, because right now she is suffering under a copyright strike from CBS. Apparently, she aired some footage on her channel or something, and instead of going ahead and monetizing it, they went ahead and actually gave her a copyright strike, which was a very hostile thing to do. And she has started her Mecha 42 Live channel because she is barred from live streaming for 3 months on her channel. So there you go. I just want to say, Mecha, stay strong, hang in there. We're on your side, Mecha, and I mean that most sincerely. And now we come to a super chat from my good friend, Ayu Kokilun. Yes, Ayu Kokilun. That is, I believe, how you pronounce it, sir. It looks like it's Nauru Taikikun, but it's actually Ayu Kokilun. At least, that's what it seems to me to be. My good friend Ayu Kokilun has sent me a Strickland propane patch. And I think I know just the jacket I'm going to put it on. But that is super cool. He also sent me a wonderful thumb drive full of anime that he says, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, I believe is what it's called. He says it's the greatest science fiction thing of all time. I have not yet had a chance to look at it, sir, but I will. And I'm looking forward to it very much. And my good friend Ayuka Kilun says, Hail Doomcock. The Matrix was released 20 years ago today. Any thoughts on it in retrospect? Ayuka Kilun, my thought on The Matrix is that it is a masterpiece. I have absolutely no criticism of it. I think it is brilliant. I think it is perfect. It is absolutely one of my favorite movies of all time. I just think it holds up. I think that the sequels stink. They're basically incoherent gibberish. And, one of the worst things about it was at the end of The Matrix, Neo had actually transcended. He saw the baseline code. He saw through the ultimate unreality of the entire thing. In a metaphoric sense, Neo has become like an enlightened master. someone in our world who absolutely perceives that reality is non-dual and sees all forms as himself. So the fact that then in the sequels, he never seems to exercise this power again. He doesn't seem to fly anymore, not really. It was bogus. It was garbage. But in The Matrix, I think that there were a lot of profound truths hidden in that narrative. I think that actually it has some amazing things to say about the nature of reality, nature of perception, the ultimate secret of life, the universe, and everything. I just think you've got a philosophical masterpiece wrapped inside a truly kick-ass, badass motherfucking movie. I think that Keanu Reeves was fantastic. That's the kind of movie he's great in. Same thing with John Wick and Speed. You know, I think there's just some movies that Keanu Reeves excels at. There's others where he's pretty lame, like in Dracula, way over his head. In Coppola's Dracula. Oh dear, that was not good. But overall, that moment when he takes that pill and wakes up bald and immersed in fluid, serving as a battery for the machine civilization, that was one of the great mindfucks in all of cinematic history. And I think it was, I don't know, it just blew my mind. I thought it was perfect from start to finish. I wouldn't change a frame of it. It's a 5-star movie in my book. So thank you, Ayokoki Lun. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly now. Correct me if I'm not the next time you see me. And hail to thee, my friend. Bionic Belly Button with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Bionic Belly Button. Are you a precursor to the Borg, like Leland on Star Trek Discovery? I hope not. God, that's dumb. Anyway, Bionic Belly Button says, congrats on 19,000. Thanks for hanging out with us misfits on Sunday nights. P.S. Absolutely love your impressions and singing. Well, Bionic Belly Button, thank you very, very much for that. And I have to say, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Thanking me for hanging out with misfits, you misfits, on Sunday nights. If you guys are misfits, I am a misfit. And you know what? Actually, I am kind of a misfit, and I'm glad that you guys are misfits with me. Let me tell you something. In my kingdom, we are the people that rule. We are the cool kids. We are the best. We are the champions, my friend, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. I think you guys are the best goddamn people in the world. And I have to say, I am honored to spend my time with you. Honored. So, no need to thank me. I thank you. I thank you. I have never felt more connected, more welcomed. I feel at home with you guys. And I love you like you are my own family. So thank you so much. It is my honor, Bionic Belly Button. And I thank you for hanging out with me on Sunday night. I will, however, accept the compliments for the impressions and the singing. Thank you, Bionic Belly Button. Believe me, the honor is all mine. Obi-Wan Reviews with a $2 Australian super chat. Thank you, Obi-Wan Reviews. And Obi-Wan says, your face came to me in a dream last night, anyway. Well, I apologize for that. Must have been a nightmare. Well, I assure you that unlike Kylo Ren, I was not force projecting myself into your dreams and I was not stalking you or otherwise interfering with you psychically in any way, shape, or form, Obi-Wan Reviews. You may rely upon that. I do not astrally project and spy on Australians. Well, not people anyway. Sometimes I lurk around and spook the ruse because I find that amusing. I find it amusing as they hippity hop away. Oh, they're so adorable. I know that they can claw a man open with their legs, but when you astral project, you can fuck with them with impunity. And I find that very funny. Thank you, Obi-Wan Reviews. I hope it was not too terrible a dream. Henry. Hail Henry with a £5 super chat from the UK. Thank you, Henry, very much. And he says, Hail, can we get the Doomcock movie made? That would kill off all SJWs. Also, thank you for what you do to fight the nastiness. Thank you, Henry, very much. Yes, I work very, very hard trying to wage war against these defilers of our canon and this SJW nonsense that is polluting every single property that we hold dear. Now they've even set in on the Twilight Zone, for God's sake. Jordan Peele is sabotaging the Twilight Zone, of all things. Can you imagine? He has absolutely explicitly stated that the Twilight Zone is going to be woke, and brother, it sure is. I've seen the first two now, and they are woke as fuck. Absolutely discouraging, absolutely disgusting. You can expect to see my review of that second episode of The Twilight Zone either tomorrow or Friday. Of course, I also have to do the Shazam review, so it's getting a little crowded. Maybe it'll be on Saturday. Regardless, you will have a review of that second episode of The Twilight Zone very soon, and I have to tell you, in a very shocking way, the second episode is even worse than the first. But I will reveal that in my coming review. Thank you, Henry. Exploring Fate again. Thank you, Exploring Fate, with a $2 super chat. Appreciate that, Exploring Fate. And he says on Amazon, NC Discovery has extreme discounts. Oh, are they having trouble selling Discovery? Does nobody want to see their stupid Discovery? Does everybody hate that piece of shit? You're a piece of shit, Discovery. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, you little piece of shit. I despise Star Trek Discovery, and I'm going to keep kicking the shit out of it as long as they keep putting it on the air. One wonders, when will they ever learn? When will CBS ever learn? But I'm heartened to see that Discovery is not selling well and is being discounted and eventually will be forgotten. That is my hope, that eventually Star Trek Discovery will be a mere footnote in entertainment history and noted primarily for being the worst Star Trek show ever made and one of the worst television shows ever made in the history of mankind, even moving forward. And so, my friends, this wraps up our Super Chat Square Up Volume 5. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you who contribute and support my efforts, not merely on patreon.com, but across all of YouTube, both here, contributing in Super Chats, and in the comments section, leaving wonderful comments to all of my videos, spreading the word about Doomcock, and finally, to all of you guys that send me things at my P.O. Box, and who are kind enough to watch the commercials on my videos, because, believe it or not, that makes a difference. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for being such loyal friends. And I will see you in my next live stream, which is actually this afternoon, Thursday, April 4th. It is now April 4th as I was recording this. It is actually midnight. And I'm going to go see Shazam tomorrow to review it, but before I go to see Shazam, I'm going to have a live stream, and I had previously announced, folks, that I was going to have this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but due to my having tickets to see Shazam, I'm going to have to go ahead and bump that to 1 o'clock instead, and I regret the inconvenience, and I hope I will still see all of you there. So from all of us here at the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock.
And Harvey Cthulhu, of course.
And bidding you all, my friends, stay angry, and thank you for your support. Dominions, Doomentites, and Xanadumirs around the world, hail.